Hello and welcome back to my lazy Sunday afternoon live stream. I'm thinking about being productive this week. I've gotten started on this beta read and it's going really well, and I want to know what happens next. So we'll see if I can beta read in 20-minute chunks or not. And I have Sako with me.
Yay! Howdy, neighbors. I'm Sako Toomey, also known as Voit. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. Today, I'm going to be taking a class on boudoir business. Even though I've been doing it for years and years, it's always good to have a refresher, maybe get some new ideas,
And the rules keep changing?
And the rules keep changing. So the boundaries, I think people's boundaries are changing too. So this is really interesting time, I think. So I'm going to take a class on it and see what I can learn.
When I was working for Balticon Social Media a couple weeks ago, I learned that Instagram Reels and Stories get more hits by a factor of 10 to 100 than posts. And even though they're ephemeral, that's where you really should be spending more of your time and effort. And so just the best part is doing it on Instagram. We'll link it over to your Facebook as a story as well. So you get double content for the equal amount of effort, which is nice. Up to a point, because Facebook has a limit of a smaller limit of how many photos you can have in a reel or something.
Oh.
So yeah.
I see.
And I invited Sako, and she's going to be doing a road trip with me in a month.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. I just need to find out what time I'm scheduled, and then we can nail down those details.
Yeah, that sounds great.
So
that sounds awesome.
Yeah. Popping into the comments, I see we have an Andy. Hello. And he says it's always good to stay updated on business practices. That Instagram's where you connect with models, and the reels get the eyes because they fade.
Because they fade.
Yeah, which I get. Although there's a couple people I try to keep up with their reels, but if they have more than 10 things on their reels, I'm just like, oh my God, I wish I could just scroll through these. This is so annoying.
Yeah.
So I try to keep the things that annoy me in mind. So yeah. I see we have a Doc. Hello. And Brenda is here. Hello and welcome. So amazing people.
Amazing people.
Do you know what you're doing for Imaginarium yet?
No.
Okay. You were at least up on the thing. I saw your name.
Am I now?
I'm not on the panelist list yet, even though
no, you're not.
But
I looked for us.
There.
I looked for us the other day and did not find either of us. And they didn't ask me for a photo or anything. So I guess they just looked on the internet.
That's really weird. I emailed them 3 days ago. I'm like, what do you need for me to go on your thing? And they didn't answer, but I saw you there 5 days ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I must have just missed it.
I guess. Let me see.
I'm about to look. I'm about to look.
Yeah. I'm looking at my chat. Wednesday at 9:30, I was like, hey, I see you're already up on the thing. Do you have a schedule? So, and you're second from the bottom.
I'm second from the bottom, huh?
Yeah.
I'm scanning. I am not second from the bottom, but
on mine you are. You're right above Bruce Wilson, author. On the guest and panelist tab.
I'm looking at the guest panelists right now, and I'm not seeing either of us.
Really, I'm not seeing me, definitely not. But here's my screen share. That's you. Second
Hold on.
from the bottom.
Oh my gosh, hold on. Let me look.
So here, let me drop the link in there.
Yeah, that's the same page I'm on, but I see very different pictures.
It's really weird. And I scroll up to the top, and like how I got there was just clicking here.
Yeah, that's how I got there too. I guess the cache is doing its thing.
Yeah, I mean, I could control F5.
Maybe it did ask for a picture when I
don't know.
I submitted for it.
Yeah, I didn't actually submit the form. I just signed up for actual panels because I was a returning panelist. So I was like, do you need something from me? Why am I not on the page yet?
Yeah.
Am I a lesser invite? What's going on here? So yeah, and I just scroll, know me, still know me, still know me. Somebody out of line because they messed up their alignment on the page.
Yep.
And you.
Yep, there I am. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm jealous, and I want to know your secret.
I guess because I submitted and I said I do a lot of stuff.
Right. But yeah, so I don't know. I will email them again and be like, WTF, people.
WTF.
So yeah, I'm super excited.
TikTok, right?
Right? Yeah, it's less than a month away. This very weekend, next month, we will be there.
Mm-hmm.
So the time is nigh.
The time is nigh.
So yeah, and if we're adding another night, I need to know soon. So hopefully they'll get us our schedule soon.
I think
we should just go ahead.
I think I signed up to do things on Friday.
Me too, but I don't know if any of those panels were already full and what they're balancing. Like, just because you sign up for a panel doesn't mean you're necessarily on it.
Right.
So
that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Let me see if
because they asked which panels you wanted to be on, and then they said which ones are your highest priority out of these, or at least the form I saw said that. So I don't know, making it up as I go along, but I'm super excited. And part of the reason I wanted to go in person is because half the reason to do this is the networking opportunities that you don't really get as much.
Oh, I have to buy a banquet ticket.
If you want to go to the banquet, yeah. I did. I did.
Huh? You did?
Yeah.
I
figured that's one meal I don't have to worry about finding.
I was accepted.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the passes.
Yeah, same here.
Panelist survey. No, I filled out the panelist survey.
Yeah.
And haven't gotten word back from them since.
Right. So.
Okay. Yeah, gifts for 2020. Oh, I see. You were looking at 2021 and I'm stuck looking at 2020 for some reason.
Weird. Okay.
That come on. That's not a link.
I don't even know where the link for last year's guests are.
On the guests page, that's all that is clickable is a link to the 2020 guests.
Oh, they haven't updated that. Okay, I clicked from the drop down.
I did too.
And that took me to the 2021 guests.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Hello, we have an Ward is here.
Hi, Mama Ward.
And Andy says sometimes Control-Shift-R isn't enough to clear a cache, but yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's not.
Yeah. Didn't realize that their website needs a little work.
Yeah, it does.
These things happen to the best of us.
There are a lot of guests.
And panelists. You know, they've got the guest, and then the featured guest, and then the rest. But yeah, it's a lot of scroll.
It's a lot of scroll.
This is not how I would have done it, but you know.
Also not how I would have done it.
I would have probably gridded and then turned them into links rather than a scroll for eternity.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just me.
I think they just added pictures, shareable pictures.
Right. And
like,
the pictures, I think, take you to the bio. But yeah. So.
Panelists.
Yeah. I am excited. It's a new convention. I did do the virtual one online last year, but obviously they weren't in person because nobody was in person last year who had any respect for the health of their. So yeah.
So yeah.
Mama Ward says, I am so happy I will not have to spend 50 hours driving to and from my daughter's station. She got permission to fly home for 4 days. That's awesome. I'm so glad you get to see her. So,
okay.
Do we want to sprint? What are we doing?
Let us sprint.
Okay. I will go ahead and open up a sprint or, you know, a timer, that thing.
A timer.
Oh, this isn't my favorite timer. Where's my better timer? There's my better timer. Okay. With the nice chill music, definitely my favorite timer. Soothing, soothing. Share screen, share audio, share tab, select, share. Okay, let's pretend we're productive. Maybe grab a snack.
Yeah.
And you ready?
I am.
In 3, 2, 1, boom. The timer went off.
It
Did
did.
you hear it? Because I didn't.
I did.
Okay. I just have it set to the wrong speaker or something.
Like it's like shipping out to your mic or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, how was your sprint?
Good. I bought my banquet ticket, and so we're gonna have dinner together too. And I smoked a cigarette, and I watched some of the class that I was talking about.
I ate pretzels and found out I was actually on page 500 and something, not 300 and something. So I only have about 55 pages left, maybe 60. And we're definitely in climax territory. I'm very excited to find out what happens next.
Nice.
All her allies have just forgotten she exists.
Oh, okay.
Because spells and things. I'm beta reading a story about orcish comedy of manners, although also she's in a human town and the war just ended and things and stuff. So super fun, especially now that I've like really, invested in the story. So yeah.
Nice. I also scoured my email for possible email saying which panels I'm on.
I don't think that's come out yet. I don't think they finalized the schedule. I do know a lot of conventions don't finalize until about 2 weeks out because people's schedules change. Yeah, it's annoying. So,
but I don't know what to prepare for.
Yeah. So I will try and nudge the people I know who are involved because that's how I ended up in this
mess in the first place.
Yeah. One of the people I'm Facebook friends with was running programming last year. So I'd talk to her.
I had someone recently from Imaginarium, a director, friend me on Facebook. So I don't know if I should be like, hi, I'm Sako.
Right.
Or like, what's up?
Yeah. So I'm being, hello, are you still working with the Imaginarium crew? ?
Yeah.
There we go.
Cool. Yeah, because I have curiosity. What am I preparing for? Like, because if I'm preparing for the horror thing, I'm going to prepare for the horror thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we should know a few weeks out. I mean, we should know this week, but at the very least.
Ideally, we would know this coming week. Ideally. However, we do not live in a perfect world.
No. And it doesn't help that we are not first string invitees.
Doc, I have the power to go into a panel without being prepared, especially considering the topics at hand. I was like, I know all these things. And I basically I offered to panel with like 10 or 15 panels. And I can't remember what I put for my top 3.
Right. Yeah. Doc just did like 10 panels himself at Balticon. So the more panels I'm on, the more comfortable I am just like without notes and stuff. But I don't know how I'm going to do with an in-person con because I'm used to being able to look up references and quotes and like toss them in there for the people. So I'm curious to see how like.
Do I have my tablet with me? Like,
right. Exactly.
Will we have internet?
Yeah, I imagine for the hybrid panels, yes, but and how much is the internet? So I'm gonna pop into the comments and see what people are working on. Mama Ward is editing and scheduling chapter posts on Inkit because things are gonna get crazy at the end of the month.
Ooh.
Doc is trying to finish up his notes on his second draft. Not giraffe. Sorry, Came out a little weird.
Giraffe.
Right? Andy is still editing and promised himself he would not work on his anchor story in earnest until July.
Are you doing Camp Nano? Is that a thing you're doing? Is that why you're not working on it in earnest until July?
It could just be trying to make sure that he actually devotes time to this project instead of anchor story and actually gets it done. I don't know. We have a Klacha saying Sako
tuna. Typo. Hello. Yeah.
And Claude is here.
Claude.
Okay. Let's see. Doc got 88 words done describing the Maharani's gown for the ball.
Ooh,
CB is here. Hello and welcome. We've missed you. Mama Ward reviewing and editing a scene where a girl is teaching an obnoxious guy how to fill cannoli shells with cream, and he keeps messing it up, and she shows him and then insults his manhood and pities his girlfriend. I mean, seems reasonable.
I think that's a discussion that could go on and elsewhere.
It could go in very interesting directions. So let's just go with Andy saw one of the panels Doc did on self-publishing and thought it went really well.
I'm kind of pissed off that I missed that.
Well, the recordings are up on YouTube at More Sci-Fi.
More Sci-Fi?
Like Baltimore Sci-Fi. YouTube.com. Here, I'll toss it in the comments.
Baltimore Sci-Fi.
And I did my best to put them on playlists for like writer stuff, science stuff, etc. So you should be able to find. But yeah, it's on YouTube. So Doc says he has a long history of over-subscribing to panels and going into subjects he knows nothing about. He did 12 panels and a reading. I thought it was 10. My bad. Andy says I'm right. He's trying to focus on this. Otherwise, he'd be writing noir stories. It's his first invite as an anchor author for a genre he loves. That's awesome.
Awesome.
So, and CB just wrote a scene where Tony insults Howard in alphabetical order.
I don't know what that means. Oh, to A to Z. Yeah.
Right. CB writes Tony Stark fanfic.
Right.
So that's characters. Okay. MM Ward is sharing with us a quote. Caleb, just relax. It's easy. I cued. Gently slide the tip in, squeeze firmly, and pull out slowly. Very slowly, then twist, release, and gently flick. Now you try one.
That's not awkward.
Making. That's clearly cannoli making. That could be nothing else. I said it with a straight face. I mean, I couldn't.
I couldn't.
And Tessa is here. Hello, and is working on a beta read. So that makes two of us. Fist bump, solidarity. So yeah, it sounds like everybody's actually being productive today, and not just me eating these pretzel sticks. Which I am definitely making some headway on these pretzel sticks, just saying. I had, when I first started writing, I had a bad habit of snacking while I was doing it, and I tried to stop, and I have for the most part, but whenever I get really stuck, I find snacking can sometimes help make progress, because reading and snacking's totally a normal thing. So. Oh my, shall I read excerpt number 2?
Is this a romance? What are you doing, Mama Ward?
I left my arms resting over his, wrapped around his neck, hands just above his wrist, and pressed the bottom of my cleavage down on his shoulder slightly. Caleb's hand shook as he tried to make the cannoli.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh my.
I you. Such an early release. Yikes.
I mean, at least they're not making sausage.
Small blessings.
Maybe. Oh, these cream-filled things, I don't know.
I don't know.
Now I want a cannoli, though. So I think we know whose fault this is.
Oh, I think, yep.
There's no questions.
There's no questions.
So. And the cream's just gonna go everywhere. I didn't know it had that much pressure behind it. How'd you get it on the ceiling?
These are terrible sound bits.
So maybe we should get back to writing.
Okay.
Well, let me see if I can find the tab with the timer. And let's get a little more done. Maybe you can reach the climax of the scene before we get back from break. And I just broke Sako. So anyway, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, boom. And we're back. I got about 20 pages read. So, how'd it go for you?
I'm at the portion of a 3-day class, basically, where she talks about her journey from not being a photographer to being a professional photographer.
Okay.
So, not so much learning about the business at this point, just getting to know the professor, I guess.
Okay. So, I think we've found the end of this particular bit of the climax, and we faced the thing, and now we have to escape and make everything right. So I think I just read the climax scene, and now it's going to be getting everything working again. So very exciting stuff.
Very cool.
So popping into the comments, MM Ward says, sleep deprived and sunburned writers will blame the dehydration. And Heather is here. Hello and welcome. CB got 275 words written. Doc got 100, describing the Maharani's dress and starting on Tinka's ball gown. And also discovered that Pinterest has been dropping his pins.
I wonder if that's what happened to me. I thought I saved a bunch of stuff yesterday, and there were like maybe 5 pins
Weird
on the board that I was expecting to find them on, and
that's not awesome. I'm sorry.
That's not awesome. Yeah, exactly. I use Pinterest a lot.
Okay. I do in spurts, and then I don't, So
I use it for all my projects.
Right. Yeah.
I got to do a mood board for everything.
Gotcha. I usually do one at the start of a project and then nothing else for like a year. So yeah. Let's see. MM Ward says, kitties, all hail the feline overlords.
Yeah, she's chatty.
Doc is right there with you about not happy losing reference material.
Seriously. Super lame.
Yeah. Tessa says they're reading something from someone in Ireland, and American English is very different, so it's a challenge to read. I can see that. MM Ward got half a chapter and a cold drink.
I also did the cold drink.
And Doc is like, I had pinned 20 dresses as source material, and now I have one. That's frustrating.
That is frustrating. I am so sorry to hear that, Doc.
I mean,
maybe they got shuffled to another board.
Maybe.
Because I had that happen too. I had a bunch of the pins that I had put in my Inspire board ended up on my I'm too poor to buy presents board. And I was like, no. That's not where I put you.
Right. I can see that. Yeah. So, and CV says that British English is very formal, even when it's being informal.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Writing is tricky. Doc says he has 1 pin total in all of Pinterest. For me, that would mean I'm logged in as like under the wrong email. But I don't know. That is ridiculous.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah.
I would be traumatized, I think, if I hit my Pinterest and I only had 1 pin.
Yeah.
I would be traumatized.
Oof. And then Ward says she stopped using Pinterest because they ended up all over the place or disappeared.
Oh,
that is frustrating. So, and it's got to be a glitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. That's super frustrating. I would be ready to flip tables and set things on fire. But that's my go-to. So
Yeah. Yeah.
who knows?
Who knows?
Ugh.
And Sarah just posted a video, I think.
Oh, nice. It is Sunday afternoon.
Is that when she usually posts videos?
Yeah.
Okay.
She sometimes will pop into the stream to work on them while. Yesterday was her birthday, and she woke up with a toothache today. So,
Oh,
right?
oh dear.
I know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Happy freaking birthday. Jeez.
Right. So yeah, Doc has no faith in Pinterest anymore, and is totally in a set things on fire mood as long as it's Pinterest things.
Yeah.
I get that. Totally get that.
That sucks.
Yeah, it really, really does. So, have you done anything thrilling and exciting the last couple weeks, Sako?
I actually went to Richmond to celebrate a friend's birthday.
Fun.
He lives in Ohio, and he came down, picked me up on the way, and we progressed on to Richmond. And we had like a little mini convention at a hotel there, where we just played games. We rented out a conference room and played games for like 8 hours.
That's awesome. That's super
It
awesome.
was a really cool way to like hang out with people when you haven't hung out with people in a really long time.
Yeah, definitely. I get that. Oh, I'm covered in pretzel crumbs.
What is it, baby? You have food. You have litter box. She's mad because I never took a nap.
I mean, I'm mad because I didn't take a nap, so I get that.
Are you mad because I didn't take a nap? She's like, screw you.
I laid down to stretch out, and then 10 minutes later got up because it was time for Doc's thing.
Uh-huh.
So clearly
he's fallen down a well. Yeah.
I mean, it's a cat. Maybe the cat pushed Lassie down a well.
I'm sorry.
How vindictive is your cat? I don't know.
This one is not that vindictive. She was going after Timmy. Yeah.
I mean, it could be that, or it could be Timmy was giving Lassie my treats and scritches.
I know, right?
So, well,
I am dog.
Right. I am super excited to see how this story ends. So I'm ready to go back into a sprint.
Let's go back and do it.
Let's do it. In 3, 2, 1. Mama gonna read. And we're back. I'm going to be on mute for about another minute and a half because I have one page left.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be right back.
So I'll read some of the comments. Let's see. CB says, "Oh, great! I fell down a Pinterest rabbit hole." Heather says, "I've been working on a video today. The author to chronic illness and disability tag." That's really interesting. I have not heard of that tag, and I know of a bunch of people who should probably do it. Learning OBS while editing this video. Best of luck. OBS is a beast on this system, because it, like, my fans are going so hard when I'm trying to stream or when I'm trying to record. It's just not worth it.
I'm back. When I first started this live stream, I did OBS. I'd used it for a couple things. True. And doing Zoom on OBS shut down my computer, and I could not do anything else while I was live streaming and Zooming and using OBS. Like, absolutely shut down. Nothing would load. I couldn't work on any of my documents. So yeah, I could live stream, but I couldn't actually get any writing done because my computer, like, was not responsive.
Was working so freaking hard.
Yeah. But with pre-recorded stuff, it worked okay. Putting together a video. And I think I also did a recording and used it to show off screenshots and stuff. But these days, I think I would just do a private StreamYard and share screen on the side and just record that.
I started doing that for, like, some of my workshop-y thingies, and it's actually working out really well.
Yeah, because, I don't know, StreamYard's just easier.
It's so much nicer on the computer.
Yeah, it's more limited. You could do anything with OBS, but
I'll give you that. There's so much you can do with OBS, and I think that's why it's so so much heavy lifting. Yeah, because it can do everything.
Yeah.
Whereas StreamYard only does a handful of things, but it does those things relatively well.
Yeah, definitely, totally agree. So, popping back to the comments, CB got 278 words.
Ooh.
And Award finished scheduling, so has a chapter set to post every 4th day through July.
Nice.
She says that Megan did the disability tag on her anniversary stream. Okay. I can see that. Doc is down to 2 notes left on his draft. Unfortunately, they both require me to read several chapters and make sure things agree across all of them. Yeah. The beta read, I just finished. I finished. Sorry. Very excited. It's been months. Finally finished it. There was one sequence of events that clearly had been changed order more than once. And I'm like, is this flashback to an hour ago? These events aren't quite tracking in the right order.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Especially things you've changed, or,
like congruency might be suffering a little bit.
Yeah. So
I was worried about that with Hope's Chest. After I got your feedback and I started implementing everything, I had Sage read through it just to be sure that it was a conducive story, like that it didn't seem like I had written everything out of order, that my transitions were good.
That's part of the reason I really like writing in order, is it flows more smoothly. Force fitting it back together takes a lot more finessing when you do write out of order, at least for me. Because
we underwrote Flambeau, we're jutting. We wrote everything in order, and now we're jutting in extra scenes.
Okay.
But, like, I'm worried that our transitions might also suffer, which is one of the reasons why I'm writing the third draft in order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that I can like make sure the transitions are okay.
Yeah. That's also a reason I like to hold off on like potential beta readers if I have extra volunteers for additional drafts, because there's stuff a second time reader is going to know that they might not catch is it introduced in an order that makes sense to a fresh reader. So I like to have one returning reader and one fresh reader if I do a second round of betas.
That's kind of actually, I think I am of a similar mind. I think that's why I had someone who subscribes to White Wolf's RPG system, and then one person who doesn't. You know, like I wanted to be able to entertain both.
Yeah.
Is it a strong enough story to stand on its own, let alone be part of the system?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And you definitely, it gives you a good perspective. It's, is it worth the reread? Does it go smoothly? Did I fix things that you thought were problematic in ways that make sense to the story, even if it's not what you said? But that fresh reader makes sure that you didn't break anything in the process.
Yeah. There are some problematic scenes in it, but hopefully they're not as problematic as I fear.
Well, good luck. You are a solid writer, so I can't imagine.
Oh, thank you.
Transitions are tricky,
They can be. They take like a month break and then reading through the whole thing and kind of like juicing up the in between the scenes.
Oh, I get that. So popping back to the comments, Doc says his manuscript with all the edits just tripped over 99,000. Yeah, it's fantasy. It's allowed to be a little long.
It's fantasy. It's allowed to be a little long.
It can go up to 120. I mean, that's pushing it, but 80 to 100 is totally fine.
I have a dear friend who's writing a fantasy novel right now, and she just crested 300,000. And she might go traditional, and I'm like, you might want to make that into 3 books.
Yeah, you might get away with 2, but probably 3 is where you want to go, assuming that you have a natural arc. Force cutting it just isn't the best, but yeah. So Heather said she was going to use StreamYard and ended up in OBS, probably because of what she's trying to get out of it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So
I got you.
Andy is mostly done with his chapter. Tons of rewriting and expanding, but it's dinner time. Yes. Thank you for coming. Have a delicious dinner. Doc is right with me. That's why I'm looking for a mix of beta readers that both have and have not read Perils, which is book 1. So, and
is it a strong enough story on its own to not need the previous books? Yeah.
And his word count target is 100K.
So I saw a thumbnail for a video that basically implied that Ready Player 2 ruined Ready Player 1.
Oh dear.
That they felt like not only was it terrible, but it also like basically retconned and destroyed Ready Player 1. And I'm like, I really hope my Anchor series doesn't suffer from the same issue.
It's hard to know, Doc says, he's trying to write an episodic series, so you should be able to just pick up and put down. Even more so than a book in a regular series. If it's episodic, you definitely want that vibe.
That's cool.
I'm jealous of Emma Ward. Puppy is
sleeping on his foot.
so cute.
Warm fluffer.
Yay.
Aw.
Aw. Heather says she might have to refilm anyway because she was interrupted during filming and there are a few pieces. Might just go back to trying in StreamYard again. Well, if it works out, that is awesome. I know I have the freebie version of StreamYard, which is why I have the little icon, but I mean, I'm sure you could video edit it out if you wanted to.
Or just, it doesn't suck just to pay for a month.
Yeah. That's the other option, is obviously to pay up, which, you know, if I was hosting an event or something or some sort of panel with more than 6 people on it, you know, I totally would on a case-by-case basis, but
Case-by-case basis, yeah.
It's not really great. CV says that the Harry Potter books, in my honest opinion, were amazing until book 5. It could have been 5 instead of 7. I hated 5 and 6's books. I like 6 as a movie, but I didn't like 5 either. I stopped after 5, honest to God. I had read the first 3 books, and then I had to read to keep up with the movies, and that's when I came out with my pledge to never read a book within a year of watching the movie, because I enjoy movies rather than waiting for, ooh, they're about to do this, ooh, they're about to do that. I just want to watch a movie without anticipating the next scene.
You know what? I think there's a lot to be said for that. I'm thinking about watching Shadow and Bone on Netflix because I haven't read the thing, and
I just finished watching.
Maybe I'll enjoy the show, you know, like on its own, and then I'll go back and read.
It's got some strong YA book vibes to it, and my biggest issue is the cinematography lingers once or twice a little too much to be hinting, and it's more like slap you in the face with foreshadowing. And I'm like, oh my God, if you had cut that by 3 seconds, it would have been hinted at rather than like, oh my God, we're not idiots here.
Yeah, clubbing your audience over the head with information is
just because it's YA doesn't mean that you have to be less, you know, kids aren't less observant.
Kids aren't less observant.
So yeah, that is my biggest complaint. There were like 2 or 3 linger on somebody's faces that just made later reveals less revealing. So, and you know me, I have a pretty low bar. I'm not very picky, but that's the one complaint I had about it. So, but I am looking forward to the next season, etc., etc.
Right on.
So yeah. Oh, and Heather did buy a month of StreamYard recently.
Yeah. Then trick out your StreamYard and re-record your tag.
Yeah. CB says that book 3 is her favorite and book 6 is a favorite film. Okay. And let's see. Doc liked to watch the movies first and then read the books and enjoy the quote-unquote bonus material.
Bonus material. Ditto.
Love it.
I watched and listened to and watched again the Dune series and Children of Dune and all of that. And then I went back and read the book.
Okay.
And there are things that the show did better. There are things that the book does better. Absolutely. Oh, is it audio vinyl? Oh my gosh. I didn't is it the soundtrack or is it the audiobook?
It's the banquet scene read by Frank Herbert, published in 1977.
Why do you have that?
Because it's from my late stepdad's collection.
Oh my gosh.
And I also have 3 scenes from the Foundation.
Oh my gosh.
As read by Asimov.
As read by Asimov.
Sorry, it randomly came up in conversation the other day, so it's right next to my desk.
So that's why it's right there, yeah.
Yeah. When I was at Balticon, I got called out for like, every time we mention something, you just pull something from your desk. What do you have around you?
Lord of the Rings did that to me too.
I live here, you know.
Yeah. I just live here. Salt? No, that's okay.
Advil.
A leaf.
Silly putty. Vitamin C tablets. I have a lot of randomness. Oh, right. I also have my ears.
Yay, ears.
Head octopus. Ooh. Measuring tape. Who doesn't have a million things right by their desk?
Who doesn't have a million things right by their desk? And I'm at the dining room table and I still have a ton of shit around me.
Right.
Damn.
So going back, Doc totally agrees that adults are often more distracted, and Heather chimed in, totally agree, kids are not less observant. CB, following my don't read near watching, was so glad they didn't read Captain America Civil War graphic novel before watching the movie. Otherwise, they don't think they would have liked the movie. If anything, kids are more observant.
I think of the movies, now they're their own universe. The MCU, right? It's like something 99 that they named it. I don't know.
Right.
But originally, like the first Avengers movie, it pulled from Ultimates, which is a totally different alternate universe from the comics. So I don't blame you because it's a completely different universe. Different actions happened.
I mean, they believe in a multiverse in the series, so this is just, 1 over from or 10 over,
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. CB is collecting all the movies on Blu-ray.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, wow. The book is from February, March, April, May, June. 4 months. 4 months! Oh, my God. So glad I finally finished.
Holy cannoli.
So, well, we only have 8 minutes left, so we might as well say goodbye, I guess.
We might as well say goodbye.
For now. I mean, not forever, obviously.
Not forever. I won't be around next week.
Okay.
Actually, I might be around next week. It depends on when I get home.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll be getting home from a friend's pre-wedding open house. So yeah.
Gotcha.
CB says the biggest difference between the comics and the graphic novels and the MCU is that pepperoni doesn't happen in the comics. So yeah. obviously we know which is superior.
Mm-hmm. Oh, bad spelling.
I'm assuming that's a Vedasin.
I think it. I would say Auf Wiedersehen, but yeah, it's misspelled. Yeah, thank you for a stream. Be blessed. Have a lovely day. Thank you, Mama Ward. Yeah, Wiedersehen. Thank you. German class was over 30 years ago. At least you know how it's pronounced. All right.
Okay. Well, tell people where to find you.
Oh, right. If you are interested in videos that pertain to marketing, or you are looking for more writing prompts, no prompts, write-ins. I usually do write-ins on Monday nights on my channel, Sako to me, Voit. I got a playlist on the topic and everything. You should drop by sometime. I would totally love to see you.
And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I am an actively querying and getting rejected fantasy writer, and I share writing tips from the pros and my own writerly musings everywhere. You can find it in blog form or vlog form or podcast, as my link tree is down below. But this week I was sharing notes from a non-recorded Volticon panel, incorporating critique. So,
oh, cool.
Right? I thought it was pretty good. And I talked about how I agreed with a lot of what they said and shared off some new stuff. So thank you for coming, and hopefully I will see all of you next week. Bye.